Hello everyone, welcome to Fine Moon Rising. This is Pisces, July 2025 Tarot and Energy Sigil. So I am pulling cards here to direct the sigil. And what is a sigil but chaos magic? It is the energy for the month of July for you. So I'm using the cards to direct, and you have the Knight of Swords, the Three of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, and I will derive an affirmation for you. Okay, so these cards tell me that something is moving very fast, maybe too fast for you in your life right now, or something is going to be speeding up very quickly. You will be finding in a community, so if you are looking for maybe a tribe or people who are like-minded, or even a career path that you really like, or a job situation or a friend group of some sort, you will find them. With the help of others too, finances will improve. So if you need to seek help from a professional regarding finances, do so please. Okay, so the sigil I have elected for you is I am great with money, because I just felt like this was a reading that all Pisceans needed to have for July regarding money. Okay, so your money actually will improve at the end of the month. So big Leo energy also is bringing big, improvements in finances for you. So I feel like this is more of a financial reading. However, there is some love sprinkled in. So I will go through some horoscope information as well as read the tarot for you. All right, so what I'm doing is after I've elected your affirmation, I am great with money, what I do is I cross out all the vowels and then any repeat consonants, and whatever consonants are left, I create a sigil, draw it on here, and this will be your chaos magic money sigil. So basically, chaos magic is you make these little, they could be crappy, they could be good, whatever sigils you want, and then you kind of just discard them or forget about them or something like that, and you don't know when it's going to occur, but it will occur. Okay, so let's move into the horoscope for you. All right, your predictions for July are that Mercury is in retrograde in Leo. Oh, hooray, another retrograde, right? And it's okay to revisit the past. Just want you to know that it's okay to revisit that. However, just don't get stuck there. Don't stay there. Don't ruminate. Don't keep revisiting. Don't allow it to go, through your mind over and over again. Past relationships, past connections, past jobs, any mistakes that you have made, any guilt things. Just don't linger there. It's okay to acknowledge it, because that's what the brain does. Sometimes we'll be moving through a new part of our life, new territory, and it's like sometimes we're trying to find the similarities and the differences from experiences that we had in the past, as well as and compare them to the experiences that we think we may have in the future, even though we don't know. It just kind of makes it's comfortable and alleviates some sort of anxiety. However, we don't just need to be lingering in those things. So an interesting thing about revisiting the past there is you can grow from the feelings that were positive. Okay, so positive situations in your life, you can revisit it by saying, what was good about it? What made you feel happy about the situation? Was it a sense of community? Was it when, a particular fun relative that you had was alive? Was it to do with people? Was it to do with where you lived? Was it to do with being near water, being in the mountains, physical activity? What was it? And what was the feeling that made you feel good in the past, in those situations? That will absolutely help you in the future of kind of figuring out your path. What is going to spark your interest, and that's going to be where you're going to invest your time and invest your money in. So something that has a similar feeling of happiness is going to spark that creativity that you so sorely need in the future in order to make decisions, primarily money and time-wise, for your future. Okay, so Venus in Cancer. You might meet someone new, or you might deepen the connection that you already have, or connections. So there's something here about possibility of meeting somebody new, maybe on your wavelength, that kind of thing, something big like that. All right, at the end of July, though, as we enter Leo season, go big. That is the time. Save up, for any large surefire investments at that time. And it's to go after the huge goals that you've had that maybe you've ignored. And it's kind of, so the beginning to middle part of July is really just revisiting the past, those feelings, and then bringing that feeling into the future, into things that you may want to do, something that has a similar resonance, a similar vibration, and so that you will be interested in it in the future. And it's kind of like opening the door to those experiences, at least feeling the feelings again. And so it's kind of bringing it into the future, and then by the end of July, you really want to be embarking on this new adventure. All right. Also, be careful with your communication with loved ones, especially. If you have aunties, uncles, whatever, a partner or something like that, just say what you need to say, but do so in a very nice manner, as nice as you could possibly say. So, okay, let's move on into the tarot here, and you've probably seen the tarot cards pop up already. So, overarching energy, we do have this Three of Cups. That's that third situation. There is some situation in your life that is... it might be a money drain, honestly. Might be a money drain, might be a time drain. So there's something here about we're kind of letting that go, but we're also finding a new tribe, a new direction, that new path that makes us feel, kind of like we did in happy situations in the past. You may actually be moving. Say, you like the sun, you like the beach, something like that. Maybe you're trying to get closer to that kind of living, and so you will work towards that. Right? You may find a job there. You may take a temporary position, something like that. Okay, we do have this Ace of Swords as well as the Queen of Coins here, and that is energy to create your own reality. You're going to have a lot of logical energy flowing through you, because once you figure out where you want to go, what you want to do, what you want to invest in, you're going to go and do all the research, and do everything very logically, by the book, that type of thing, so that you don't get into any kind of, snake oil type money situations. Okay, we do have the Hermit in the past. I think maybe you kind of closed some people off in your life. Maybe you're just tired. Maybe something like that happened, but for some reason you kind of just were keeping to yourself. You're coming out of that now, and you have the Lover's card. You are making choices to be with certain people and not with other people. So I think you're finding a different tribe maybe to run with, and these are people that have a similar path, that you have. And I feel like it is to do with money. You may have to be working, you may have to be negotiating, definitely review any contracts, look up the fine print, that type of thing. But you might have to be negotiating with your time and money. We have the Queen of Swords, of course, very logical energy. With the Ace of Swords and the Queen of Swords, and then we also have the Six of Swords coming up. I feel like there's a lot of logical energy that needs to be happening, beginning to mid-month, especially with this retrograde, because your brain's gonna be going back and forth, like revisiting the past, then coming forward, and visiting the past, coming forward. That's why the Queen of Cups in your conscious reality. I feel like you're just gonna be kind of back and forth a little bit with your energy, and you may be deciding on a particular relationship as well. Is it worth it? Is it going to stand the test of time? That kind of thing. How long should I stay? Should I go? That type of thing. Definitely going to be in that kind of energy, and you're in your feelings a little bit with that. Do you have this King of Coins? Of course, that is that King Midas card in your subconscious. I think you have the Midas touch. I think that you do have a plan of action. I feel like you are actively searching for opportunities to expand your finances, be it gathering another job with higher, pay, like a pay increase, or honing in on your skills. Maybe you're taking a training, something like that, that's going to allow you. Also communicating with other people who may be partners for you in, developing something. So there's something here about development, real estate possibly, and you're going to be kind of all in on that. Okay, you have been coming at things a little Five of Cups. I feel like something didn't work out for you exactly how you wanted to. It was a disappointment, and you're like kind of out in the cold and feeling as if maybe this is going to be the way it is forever. It's not. So you've been a little bit in the victimhood situation, but that will absolutely be turning around. You are not a victim. You are not down and out. You are not bottom of the barrel. You're not any of those things. You are actually a smart individual, logical individual, good with money, and good with your time, and interested in taking care of yourself. I feel like there is a great need for you to really pay attention to your time, as far as energy levels. So getting enough sleep and getting enough exercise, putting healthy things in your body. There's something here about energy levels and paying attention to that, possibly hormonal levels, things like that. Could be if you're more masculine, testosterone levels, maybe you need to lift some weights. If you're a more feminine person, you could have low testosterone as well. But also there's a hormonal factor there that I see that is needing your attention. So whatever you got to do to help that out, and it is definitely regulating your schedule a bit more. So we're going to be leaving some bad habits behind, basically, and we're going to be motoring on. Six of Swords here, very logically, and with the assistance of other people. You may be moving in with other people. You may be seeing an opportunity to be around other people, something like that, that is going to actually give you a leg up, or at least help you on your path forward. Okay, so whatever you have to do there, you might be joining, I don't know, maybe you're taking college classes, who knows. We do have this Temperance card. The advice is the Temperance card, and that is you kind of keeping things in balance. We definitely want to have that balance to go into the big energy of Leo energy. It's going to bring you to the Knight of Coins. Step by step wins the race, especially money-wise. Okay, thank you for watching, Pisces. If you enjoyed this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. See you next time.